In the world of television, there are shows that everyone expects to be a smash hit, whether due to a big budget, star-studded cast, or incredible concepts. But sometimes, even the most promising TV projects fail to live up to their expectations. Some shows were heavily hyped and carried enormous potential, only to fall flat for various reasons, leaving audiences and critics alike disappointed. Let's take a look at 10 TV shows that were supposed to be huge but ended up failing.
What exactly is your business?
You know how people flip houses? Well, I flip clothes. Boom! Dollar bills, y'all.
Netflix's Girl Boss was initially viewed as a surefire success, based on the memoir of Sophia Amoruso, founder of the fashion brand Nasty Gal. The show followed Sophia Marlowe, played by Britt Robertson, a rebellious young woman who turned her passion for fashion into a business empire. However, despite the buzz, the show failed to connect with audiences. Critics slammed the protagonist for being unlikable and the show for having a toxic message.
Know what you're worth? Because you just got played.
The character's selfishness and lack of growth made it hard for viewers to root for her. As a result, the show was canceled after just one season, leaving fans disappointed with a story that had a lot of potential but failed to deliver.
Your generation is so tough.
It's my house, it's my money, and it always was.
You better be careful around this Roman and his mother. Never forget what he is, Peter.
One of Netflix's first original series, Hemlock Grove was a supernatural thriller with promise. Set in a small town with supernatural secrets, it featured a mysterious family, werewolves, and vampires. With Eli Roth as executive producer and Famke Janssen in a leading role, expectations were high. However, the show struggled with pacing and inconsistent writing, with its convoluted plot losing viewers' attention. Despite the interesting premise and strong performances, Hemlock Grove didn't have the staying power to make it beyond 3 seasons. It ended up being a cult hit, but didn't attract enough of a mainstream audience to justify its continuation.
We are at the dawn of a new civilization. The world you left behind fell victim to some of the baser instincts of our species.
Set in the future where Earth is overpopulated, Teranova followed a family as they traveled back in time to prehistoric Earth in an attempt to save humanity. With Steven Spielberg attached as executive producer and impressive visual effects, the show had all the ingredients for success. But the premise quickly became convoluted. Despite the exciting concept of dinosaurs and humans coexisting, the characters were underdeveloped, and the show struggled with weak storytelling. High production costs and low ratings led to its cancellation after 1 season, and Teranova ultimately failed to live up to its lofty expectations.
Pill I took lasted about 12 hours. I have time to make one more move. I can't tell you who killed them.
I can tell you a lot.
Limitless was based on the hit movie starring Bradley Cooper, and its premise was intriguing. A man gains access to a drug that unlocks his full cognitive abilities. In the TV adaptation, Jake McDorman played Brian Finch, a young man who uses the drug to help the FBI solve crimes. The concept was promising, and the show was funnier than the movie, but it struggled to capture a large audience. It couldn't separate itself enough from the movie's premise and failed to bring in consistent viewership. Despite an enjoyable cast and engaging premise, Limitless lasted only 1 season before being canceled, failing to build a loyal fanbase. Created by Mick Jagger, Martin Scorsese, and Terrence Winter, Vinyl was set in the world of the 1970s music industry, and with such a powerhouse creative team, it was bound to grab attention. The show followed Richie Finestra, played by Bobby Cannavale, a music executive battling personal demons and struggling to keep his company afloat during the rise of punk, disco, and hip-hop. Despite the incredible pedigree behind it, the show failed to hit the mark. Critics found Vinyl to be uneven, slow-paced, and formulaic, with a messy narrative that didn't connect with viewers. The show was canceled after just 1 season, making it one of the most forgettable TV misfires of the decade.
My brother was abducted. The world needs you again. It needs your magic.
Follow me.
Disney's attempt to revive the beloved 1988 fantasy film Willow seemed like an exciting prospect. The show featured Warwick Davis reprising his role as the title character, leading a group of adventurers on a quest to rescue a princess. However, despite some initial excitement, Willow didn't connect with audiences the way Disney hoped. Though it was well received by critics, the show struggled with inconsistent pacing and didn't capture the magic of the original movie. It was ultimately removed from Disney Plus during a content purge, and despite its potential, Willow became just another forgotten series in the streaming world.
Sorry, did I crush your Twinkies?
You were in my English class. You're that chick who got an A.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. What are you gonna do?
A cult classic now, Freaks and Geeks was one of those shows that should have succeeded when it aired. Created by Paul Feig and Judd Apatow, it featured an ensemble cast that included James Franco, Seth Rogen, Linda Cardellini, and Jason Segel long before they became stars. The show, set in the 1980s, followed high school students trying to find their place in the world while dealing with the pressures of adolescence. Despite receiving critical critical acclaim for its witty writing and relatable characters, Freaks and Geeks struggled with bad scheduling and poor network support, leading to its cancellation after just one season. However, its legacy has lived on, with fans continuously celebrating the show as one of the best TV comedies of all time.
What the?
Spike!
What?
We're on a job.
Seriously?
Noodles first.
Netflix's live-action adaptation of Cowboy Bebop, the beloved anime series, was one of the most anticipated shows of 2021. The original anime's style, tone, and characters had captured the hearts of many fans, and hopes were high for the live-action version. However, the adaptation fell short. While it featured a talented cast, including John Cho as Spike Spiegel, the show failed to capture the same magic that made the anime so special. The writing was criticized for not staying true to the original material, and the show couldn't replicate the anime's distinct blend of action, comedy, and drama. After just one season, Netflix canceled Cowboy Bebop, disappointing fans who had hoped for a faithful, exciting adaptation.
People always say how you should be yourself. Like, yourself is this definite thing, like a toaster or something.
My So-Called Life was a groundbreaking teen drama that followed 15-year-old Angela Chase, played by Claire Danes, as she navigated the ups and downs of high school life. It was praised for its realistic portrayal of teenage struggles and relationships, but despite critical acclaim, the show was canceled after just one season. The reason? Despite a dedicated fanbase, the show struggled with low ratings and poor scheduling by the network. The cancellation of My So-Called Life left fans frustrated and disappointed, but over the years, it has earned a cult following and is now regarded as one of the best teen dramas ever made.
Tread carefully, Master Polo. Your words can get you killed.
I can train you to survive in whatever world you choose to make your home.
Marco Polo was another big-budget historical drama that failed to make a lasting impact. The series, set in the 13th century, followed the legendary Venetian explorer Marco Polo, played by Lorenzo Richelmi, as he navigated the complex politics of the Mongol Empire. With Benedict Wong playing Kublai Khan, the show had a promising premise and a huge budget. However, despite its visually stunning production and the star power behind it, Marco Polo failed to live up to expectations. The show's writing was criticized for being weak, and the characters lacked depth. It also suffered from slow pacing and a lack of consistent direction. After 2 seasons, Marco Polo was canceled by Netflix, leaving fans disappointed by its unrealized potential.
Take back the throne. By any means necessary.
These 10 TV shows had everything going for them, promising premises, star-studded casts, big budgets, and passionate fan bases, but they ultimately failed to live up to the hype. Whether it was poor execution, timing, or a lack of audience connection, these shows failed to achieve the success they were expected to. It's a reminder that, no matter how much potential a project has, success is never guaranteed. Have you watched any of these shows? Which one do you think deserved more? Let me know in the comments below.
The uterus is composed of 2 main parts.
What the hell is that?